Cool. So, hi. Welcome to What the Fuck is Randonauting with Randonaut Joy. We're going to go over the how, what, where, when, why of randonauting. Even though I don't know anything, I don't know shit about this stuff. I'm just figuring it out now. All my friends keep hitting me up. I haven't asked me what it is, so I'm going to give a real short version, and then I'm going to ramble. So randonauting gives you a random location to go to. And when you go there, some weird shit happens. So cool. Now you can download the app and do it. You're supposed to come up with an intention, and that just means that you think of something. It can be something simple like the idea of love, or a color, or whatever you want the intention to be. Someone that needs help. Whatever you focus on, the coordinates is supposed to maybe bring you to something that relates to that aspect. Now the coordinates are not completely random. They're based upon quantum randomness. So the easiest way to think about that is like random would be throwing one dart. And that's random. You throw a dart at a map. That's random. Now if you threw 1,000 darts and 100, you wanted to go to where the most darts were at. Randonautica app calls that location where there's a bunch of darts an anomaly. So that's a weird spot. And then another weird spot is called a void, where there's no darts. So you throw 1,000 darts at the map and there's no darts on whatever country, and let's call that country a void. So you can pick between anomalies and voids, and attractors, which are also areas that have groups of darts, just not as much as, let's say, an anomaly. So yeah, you're using the quantum random locator to find a GPS coordinate, and then you're adding an intention. You should be safe. You should not go on private property. You should go with a friend. I don't always do any of this stuff, but if you want to be safe, daylight, you might want to take a flashlight, make sure your phone is charged. It's very fun to video people, you know, that are wondering what you're doing. I like to just communicate and say, hey, I'm using this weird app, and it just sends you out exploring, and I normally offer to leave if they want me to leave, if they're like local or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm definitely the weird one in the situation, and thus far everyone's been real cool. If someone wanted me to leave, I would. I think Randonautica is super great right now because obviously with Corona, you don't want to do activities with lots of people, and you could do this with very small groups of people. Or even though it's not safe, you could do it alone, but you shouldn't, because it's not safe. It's really fun because there's no money involved, and I really think that like everyone can benefit by having not-for-profit activities in their lives, like let's say some art that they don't how do I put this, you know, use as a not-for-profit activity, because then you're wholly invested in just creating from within and not invested in changing it in any way to make it profitable or whatever. I think we could all really benefit from that. So Randonautica is great because there's not really any of the capitalistic poison in it yet that is making it so people do it for any other reason other than they want to, and they're having fun doing it, and they want to go out and explore and find randomness and experience, I don't know, just a random adventure. So yeah, it's fun, and I don't know, it's a great community. People are sharing their stories, and it's really fun. I love hearing about first time adventures, so definitely, you know, feel free to share with me anything that you want to about randonauting. And I hope if you go out, you're safe and have a great time and find some intentions. Definitely weird the first couple times I went because weird stuff happened like 3 days right in a row. Super big spikes in dopamine for me. And after like the third time, I was like exhausted, almost like, you know, a drug might leave you destroyed afterwards. And I was emotionally very hungover. And I didn't quite get it at first because I wasn't realizing that the app was getting me high in that way. You know, the adrenaline spikes of like danger and intrigue and everything that was involved in it was great, but definitely was nice to actually like think about that and realize that that was happening at least. And then I came back to it, and then I had my first experience with something with no intention occurring. Nothing occurred at all when I was looking for my intention of a pineapple by the beach in New Orleans, and nothing at all happened. I didn't find anything, and it still leaves me feeling like weird and empty and like, did I do it wrong? What, you know, it leaves you questioning why something wouldn't happen when, you know, it's all meaningless anyhow, and you're trying to find meaning to it, and it's just a weird, I don't know. If anyone wants to talk about it anymore, hit me up, because there's a lot of weird feelings going on. But it's great right now because I was gonna go on tour with my music and there's no shows, so gotta do something out of work because of Corona. So just traveling around, randonauting for a bit. So if you have any ideas for intentions that I should do, let me know. Or places I should go, let me know, because I'm just traveling around doing that. Bye, be safe.